My doggone birthday. Let that be a lesson. I'd like to thank everybody wishing me a fine birthday on the inner Google. It's very, very kind. I do appreciate that. I appreciate that birthday wishes. Those are birthday wishes. What's going on here, Mr. Internet? Mr. Internet. Mr. Internet. Mr. Internet. Hey, Patrick, what's going on, Daddy-O? Thank you for the kind birthday wish. I appreciate that. I'm going to actually share this over there today and share it to a group because that's how we're just going to roll this day. Share it over there, and then I'm going to share it over to, oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Share, more options, do a page. Brian Meter, thank you very much. Happy birthday, very nicely said and nicely felt. I dug it. I'm going to put that right there, and we're going to post like this. All righty, ladies and germs, diggity doggone it, welcome to, thank you very much. I appreciate that. People wishing me a fine, happy birthday. Thank you, everybody out there, for the fine birthday wishes. Anyone know how old I am today? June 23rd, 1966, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, thank you, Jeff Benson. I appreciate that. Yes, indeed. Yeah, this is the prototype for my next Reverend guitar, which will be coming out. Obviously, with the COVID situation, it's pushed everything back. It would have come out this summer, Summer NAMM, like next month. But this still has the regular Reverend P90s, which sound delicious, although they will be noisy. But my guitar, when it comes out, will have my new signature Fishman P90s on them, which will have two voices and will be noise-free. Can you dig it? Rock on in the free world. Thank you very much. That's a juicy sounding morsel. All right, let's do a little bit of that. That Foolish Mortals was feeling pretty good. Let's just try that for a little second. Mm-hmm. Well, all right. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Paul Brown in the house. Paul Brown. I'm enjoying my my Java, my birthday, my prototype Reverend guitar. Whoa, listen to that filth. Yes. What are the specs of this guitar, someone asked? Well, it's Gibson scale, so it's shorter scale. It's a set neck, ebony fingerboard, Carina body, P90s. Although these are the Reverend P90s currently, because this is the prototype. But the actual guitar, when it comes out, will have my new Fishman Fluence 2-voiced and noiseless renderings of these pickups with the Bigsby on it. The Bigsby sounds and is fantastic. Someone asked Raquel Welch or Jane Fonda. I'm going to just say yes to that one. Am I right or am I right? I'm going to say yes. Let's do that one. Let's do a little Freddie King. See, it's a little noisy, right? Am I right? Wow. See, that's why when I get those Fishman pickups, it's going to be so quiet. Oh, Funk Force 5. Yeah, I got to remember how to play that one. It's been a while. Ginger or Marianne. Yes. Can you dig it? Stumble-tastic. Stumble, what? It was something. Actually recorded a version of that song on the live on the radio disc. I think you can find that. That's under Greg Koch, Another Bad Man. Other Bad Fellers. That's a little Friedrich King. It's kind of a bluish green. We're calling it Tosa Turquoise. After all, I do live in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. We're going to call it Tosa Turquoise. Can you dig it? Shout out to my Wisconsinian Tosa friends. Tosa Turquoise is the color of this guitar. Dig it, pick it, lick it, roll it, flick it. P90s are single coils, though. They're P90s in here right now. They're single coil pickups, and they're noisy as hell. That big old coil sounds big and bold, but it's also extra sensitive to the 60-cycle mayhem that may befall it. That's why these new signature pickups that'll eventually end up in here from Fishman will have the glorious tone of P90s in two different doses as far as two voices, and they will be quiet. There's also going to be a delicious out-of-phase thing that you can adjust on these pickups once they're finally done. That will be so delicious that it'll make everyone's nostrils flare with a great vehemence and percolation. Can you dig it? Halitosis. Speaking of halitosis, you know, with wearing masks, ladies and gentlemen, you can finally get the gist of what your breath smells like. And I don't know what my wife's been talking about for years. I think it smells like persimmon and delicious jasmine is what my breath smells like. And all this time, my wife's been saying ass is what it smells like. I think it's misinformation. It's a misinformation campaign. I'm wearing a mask. Persimmon and jasmine is what I'm smelling. Not ASS, okay? What? What? That is in the brochure. Can I dig it? Will you dig it? Who else has been smelling their own breath and smelling? I smell like jasmine and persimmon. I don't know what this ASS thing is all about. I think it's misinformation. Jasmine and persimmon. A jasmine and persimmon. Yes. Lavender, perhaps. Maybe that's your thing. Tom, maybe that's your thing. Your breath is lavender. Could you play that Strat, Greg? I could, and maybe I will. Earl Grey and coconut. Nothing wrong with it. Earl Grey and coconut, not ASS. Earl Grey and coconut, not ASS. Did you get that telly for your birthday? No, I did not. I was hoping I would get a Les Paul for my birthday. I've been wanting another kind of flamey top thing, and I just don't have one right now, and I was kind of hoping. I was thinking about buying one right before the COVID hit, and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to do it because I might need that cash. I got a feeling about the coves. And next thing you know, vid and 19, and had to take a step away from the edge as far as the extraneous spending on Git Fiddles. Am I right or am I right? And now here it is, June 23rd, my damn birthday. Where's Santa Claus coming on my birthday with my damn guitar? He ain't here. You know what? A little extra 6 G's. Paul didn't deliver. There's a funk jam for you, Jasmine and Persimmon. Yep, Jasmine and Persimmon. Why P90s, Daniel? I love the sound of P90s because they're girthsome, but yet you turn down the volume, they can get this nice glassy thing as well. They're a beautiful sounding pickup, but over the years, people have steered away from them only because of that bigger single coil. They are especially, shall we say, victimized by the powers of faulty electricity. And you can get some 60-cycle hum and all kinds of noise with the doggone pickups. But they sound so damn good. But I thought, you know what? If you get a P90, which I've been working with Fishman on these pickups. My Tele pickups sound glorious. Their classic humbuckers sound great. The Strat pickups sound great. Thought, man, if we dialed in a P90, you get the look and sound of a P90, but with no noise, it's going to be like Christmas, birthday, Easter, and whatever, all rolled into damn one. And so that's what we're doing. Can you dig it? Tom Short asks, do I ever use a compressor? If so, what kind? You know what? Occasionally I will use... cable TV is brutal as well. Occasionally I do use a compressor, not often, but when I do, I have one that Jam Pedals, J-A-M, our Grecian friends, our Greek friends. They're not Grecian, they're Greek. They're Greek friends. Grecian formula. That's something you take to mitigate graying, I think. I don't use it. But I do enjoy Greek cuisine, and I do enjoy my Greek friends who make delicious jam pedals. And they make a variation of a Dynacomp called the Dynasaur. See what they did there? That's the approach of a dinosaur. The sharp tooth in Land Before Time speak. For those of you who had kids, Dylan grew up watching Land Before Time, and they had their special language. The long neck was, of course, the brontosaurus, the sharp tooth, the Tyrannosaurus community. And they refer to their delicious food as tree stars. And the sun, sky circle. And sky water. I'm thinking, how much harder would it have just been to say sun and rain? But that's what they decided to do, the writers of Land Before Time. Anyway, Dinosaur is the compressor I occasionally use. And I'm having a blood sugar low right now, so the humor is going to get even more and more out. So just, it's my birthday, so just take it. Take it, eat. Woo! Can you dig it? That's 4 days in a row. 4 days in the South. Snickers, it's delicious. Did I tell you that story? Ed King of the Strawberry Alarm Clock and then of Leonard Skinner fame. I got to know Ed a bit. He's a good fella, and unfortunately he passed away. God bless his soul. He told me some stories. We went out to eat, actually with J.D. Simo as well. We were having and Tom Good and Susan Good. We were having a delicious repast. Were you there too? Dylan was there too, as a matter of fact. We had a delicious. We were down in Nashville that time with Ed King. Were you there at that restaurant? I have no idea. He wasn't there. And he was telling us a story about James Marshall Hendricks. So Strawberry Alarm Clock was opening up for Jim Hendricks. And Ed was in a room kind of hanging out playing his guitar, and they whisked Jim in to this dressing room. Jimi Hendrix came into this room, and he was restringing his guitar. And his roadie, while Jimmy was restringing his guitar, they brought in like those vendor boxes of Snickers, rips open the top, and started taking full-size Snickers bar and unsheathing them and shoving them into Jimmy's mouth right before he went outside. I'm thinking, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen or heard about. I didn't see it, but I saw it in my mind's eye with my third eye, which is now, of course, is concealed by this hat. But Jimmy, apparently before going on stage, needed a little sugar buzz. So restringing the guitar and engaging in multiple Snickers consumed in rapid succession. I'm thinking, you know what? You know you've made it when you've got someone shoving full-size Snickers bars into your pie hole right before you go on stage. Who's with me on that? I'm thinking that's a pretty cool thing. Paul's not in the room. Paul's in the house via the inner Google. Land Before Time references while describing compressors, gold. Am I right, Ryan, or am I right? Tree stars, Sarah. That was Mr. Three-Horn. He was kind of a curmudgeon. His daughter was Sarah. He wasn't feeling any of the long nets activities. He was kind of a three-horn supremacist, if we're honest. Mr. Three-Star, Mr. Three-Horn. Anyway, what's your birthday dinner going to be? Asked Dennis. That's an excellent question. One of my, I'm just going to say it. We do have friends that own a delicious meat shop, and they have great sausages. The Bunzel's meat shop is an excellent one. But for brats, my favorite brat is Carl's Country Market. And I know Chip understands. Chip Bunzel, he understands that I do lean towards the Carl's Country Market for my bratwurst. So I went out there today, and I'm not one of these people just because I got a German last name. I was going to say bratwurst. You know what I'm saying? Just to try to sound German. I'm not going to insult any of us by doing it, although I just did it. So, but I didn't mean it. Okay, bratwurst. That's how I say it. I say brats. I don't say bratwurst. Not that I'm judging people that do, but I think I just did again. So anyway, I went out to Carl's Country Market in Germantown, and I got some of the champs. They're state champion. I think they're national champion bratwurst. I got to tell you what, folks, they are sausage gold. So we're gonna have some of those tonight. I got a dozen of the champs, and then I also got some Hungarian bratwurst to just kind of mix it up a little bit. And their sausage out there is also phantasmagoric. So I got it's their summer sausage I meant. So I got some of that, and also some snack sausage. Did you have some of that snack sausage? You did, didn't you? Before, so he's fueled right now. He's ready to rock. Caramel and nougat breath. That's not bad. Philo, that's all right. I think if you put on your mask and you're smelling caramel and nougat, you're doing all right. Nice one, Michael. These people with fake German accents are the worst. W-U-R-S-T. I like it. Have I ever tried haggis? I have not, but something tells me I'd dig it. Simmered in beer, yes. Actually, yeah, we'll probably just boil them and then put them on. Does Carl ship? I believe they do. I have shipped. I remember one year when I started doing a bunch of stuff for Fender, and I did a NAMM show for them doing the Cyber Twin thing, and they came back with a pretty righteous budget for me to go out and do clinics and shows and whatnot that next year. So to show my appreciation, I ordered a bunch of Carl's Country Market brats, and their buns. The buns are key. Their buns are ridiculous. So I got the buns, and then I also got some of their summer sausage, and I shipped it out to Fender, and they had a grand feast, a barbecue out there on my dime as a show of appreciation. You know why? Because I don't fool around, ladies and gentlemen. You do me right, I do you right, okay? Wow, that sounded weird. Lord. How about some birthday Zeppelin? All right, well, you can do a little Zepp as well. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate that. Thank you, Stephen. We're going to try. I've been messing around with the song. It was a song called, back when I when I first met Roscoe Beck, he didn't swear much at all, and he was just aghast at my colorful use of profanity. And after about 2 weeks, he was in and doing variations on my linguistic filth. And then after a while, he just referred to me as the worst one. Not W-U-R-S-T, although tonight I definitely will be the worst one as we get our bratwurst on. See, I did it. I didn't mean it, though. I didn't mean it, though, Michael. I didn't mean it. So anyway, he referred to me as the worst one, as in someone who will take it to the gutter in a hurry, and but not in a horrible way, but just kind of in a fun way. I don't think I'd be canceled. I wouldn't be canceled for my use of filth. It's kind of just kind of good, clean filth. Anyway, so we referred to it as the worst one. So then I wrote a song about being the worst one who knows what's best for you. I thought that was funny, okay? When I write blues songs, I like there to be a little humor, all right? Is that wrong? Funky blues filth. So actually, at first I had the Fun Gutter, exactly. At first I had the song as a shuffle, but then I came up with this kind of strange funk groove, exacerbated by this new phaser I got, the Phase 95 from our friends at MXR. I actually bought it. I did not receive it free, although I probably could have if I would have reached out to my buddy Brian Kehoe. But I wanted a fix, so I was down at Wade's Guitar Shop, beautiful east side of Milwaukee, picking up my Martin guitar, which Wade had worked on. And I said, bros, I got a fever, and the only way I'm going to fix this fever is a sweet phaser. Do you got one of those, the old script, Phase 90s? And Alex Ballard said, you know what? Hey, big fella, there's that Phase 95. You can make it be any era. It's got a couple buttons on it. You can mess with it and be any era of a phaser. And I said, and I found my sound right there. It made me think of the... You know what I mean? Let's go. So we're going to use it on this, which is called I'm the Worst One. Who knows what's best for you? We're going to try it. Is that all right? Got your fancy fellas, and you like your tough guys too, but you know who to call when only the worst will do. I'm the worst one, baby. Yes, you know it's true. I'm the worst one, baby, that knows what's best for you. I am the worst one, the worst one, the worst one. I am the worst one that knows what's best for you. Well, you like your social climbers, but you like digging in the dirt. You like your pie in the sky, and you like your bacon burnt. But I'm the worst one, baby. Yes, you know it's true. I'm the worst one, baby, that knows what's best for you. I am the worst one, the worst one, worst one. I am the worst one that knows what's best for you. Got your good time Charlies, and you got your average Joe. But I can say with confidence, without stepping on anyone's toes, that I'm the worst one, baby. Yes, you know it's true. I'm the worst one, baby, that knows what's best for you. I am the worst one, the worst one, the worst one. I am the worst one that knows what's best for you. I am the worst one, worst one, worst one. I am the worst one that knows what's best for you. You heard it here first. Swirly underwater goodness. Boom. 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 See, that's a little submarine sound. We were underwater there for a minute. You dig it? Good luck moving on to your next phaser of life. Happy birthday, man. I like what you're talking about. Thank you very much. Name of the guitar. Good question, Carlo. This is, I guess we're going to call it the Gristle Master P90. We shall see. I think that might be a good name for it. Gristle Master P90. Although we got to think. It might be the, I don't know. We'll have to come up with a good name. But so far, Gristle Master P90 sounds good. Greg, maple or rosewood, what do you like better? Jim, I prefer usually maple for a T or S style guitar. But for more of a Gibson-y thing, I like ebony or rosewood. And this ebony is working for me. What vibe pedal? William, the one you're hearing right now is the Phase 95 by MXR. Birthday cake, that's a good question. I requested a lemon bundt cake with delicious frosting and a blueberry sauce. So my wife is making it as we speak. Lemon bundt cake is a killer. Am I right or am I right on that? Lemon bundt cake makes the world go round. Lemon bundt cake. Yes, snappy maple. Maple gives you a nice little snap-a-lap. I'm going to grab a Stratocaster here for a minute, folks. Is that all right with yous? I'm going to grab a Stratocaster. This is actually a Fender Custom Shop Wildwood 1057 Strat in that delicious white, transparent white. Uh-oh. Yeah. I'm being held by these ear monitors. You know I'm the worst one, baby, that knows what's best for you. The worst one who knows how to prepare bratwurst. Bratwurst. Can you dig it? Lemon bundt cake breath. Thank you, Michael. That's exactly right. No longer is it persimmon and jasmine. It's going to be lemon bundt cake breath. Honey, did you hear that? Lemon bundt cake breath with sweet, sweet blueberry sauce. Lemon bundt cake breath. Hey, hey. Oh, oh. Lacquered or raw wood finish. I like a very matte type of finish. I don't like a lot of juice on my neck. I don't like a lot of juice. I like that roasted maple's got a very, very, it's a very matte type of situation. Well, I'm looking at my belly button window and I see a whole lot of frowns. Yes. This is the guy I steal all my licks from. Conan, I want him back. Conan takes the licks. I want him back. I want him back. Conan takes the licks. I want him back. Conan takes the licks. I want him back. Hear that? Coffee is a delicious treat. Happy birthday. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. So I want to just show you guys the difference between, so on the amp I actually have a harmonic vibrato and that sounds like this. Which sounds glorious. Here's what the phaser sounds like in comparison. As opposed to... Right? Sounds delicious. The car cap is killer. Yes, it is. I dig it. when you're down and out and you feel real hurt. Let's try that one. We're going to do a little Albert King for you. Or I don't think he wrote it, but it certainly is one of tunes that he did that I enjoyed on a record of the same name called I'll Play the Blues for You. We have a bear. All right, here we go now. Here we go. All right, let's do it. When you're down and out and you feel real hurt, come on over to the place where I work, and all your loneliness I'll try to soothe. I played the blues for you. Don't be afraid. Come on in. You might come across, yeah, some of your old friends. And all your loneliness I'll try to soothe. I play the blues for you. No big name, Lord, and I ain't no big star. I'll play the blues for you on this big old guitar. All your loneliness I'll try to soothe, and I play the blues for you. That's a fun one. We'll have to keep that one in the arsenal, Dylan. I'll play the blues for you. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, that was all in the amp that time. So that harmonic vibrato has that right on board. Doesn't that sound good? I've lifted the turnaround riff for What You Got to Lose. Great progression, man. Oh, thank you very much. That's that. Is the amp point to point? No, it is not, as a matter of fact. It is a one of the things about Koch amplifiers is that they're boutique-ish, but Dolph Koch is kind of a master of the layered circuit board, so they're circuit board amps, but they sound magnificent. And it does keep the price down, even though this is a $2,600 amplifier, but it's got a lot of stuff on it. If it was point to point, it would be $5,000 easy. Can you dig it? Gristlemaster on the bone. Greg Koch condom line, maybe? You know what? That is crazy. We embrace that kind of talk. I mean, we don't like that kind of talk. Yeah, the turnaround for What You Got to Lose is similar to a turnaround on another song, a blues tune of mine that I had years ago, which is on the... that song is on the... What the hell is that? Defenestrator record. I had this thing called... that's a good one. The turnaround is... if I can remember it. It's kind of a funny tune. It's a blues tune called Cracker Jack Tattoo. What is going on in there? I hear some sounds in the other room. Is that a swamp ash body? I believe it is, Adam. It is. How are we doing on time, by the way, Dylan? How are we doing? Oh, we're doing all right. So it's this thing we had was mutually advantageous, but wandering eyes can become contagious. Second foul always gets the call. I think we both know who dropped the ball. Like a Cracker Jack tattoo, soon nothing shall remain of you. We were both on the rebound for the umpteenth time. Well, Lord, we had reason, but never a rhyme. Well, I don't mean to be so cold. Too many times down this same road, and like a Cracker Jack tattoo, soon nothing shall remain of you. It's the scars that keep it together. Well, so you didn't leave a mark. My skin is like leather. but now you'll have to find someone else to rub off on you. Well, I don't mean to be so cold. Too many times down this same road, and like a Cracker Jack tattoo, soon nothing shall remain. Like a Cracker Jack tattoo, soon nothing shall remain of you. Oh no, nothing shall remain of you. A Cracker Jack damn tattoo. And like a Cracker Jack tattoo, soon nothing shall remain of you. Now that's a blues song with some sass in it. You know what I'm saying? Sassafras. Yeah, can you dig it? Foolish Mortals was the most badass jam I've heard in a long time. Well, thank you very much. We like that. We like that doggone. We like that doggone Foolish Mortals. It's that time of the stream, folks, where I open it up for some questions. Thank Dylan back there for participating in our activities here for our Wildwood stream. She ran calling Wildwood stream. I used to get those tattoos, Cracker Jack tattoos. Am I right or am I right? Sounds like Holsworth playing the blues. Is that wrong, Guy? Guy, is it wrong? Da-da. I prefer to keep this mutually advantageous, yes. I see a question. Have you ever dealt with tendonitis and have any tips? It's funny you should mention that because I don't usually have any tendonitis, but I must have slept on my wrist wrong, and my wrist is freaking killing me today. So I don't have a whole lot of motion in this in the right hand today. I've been wearing a little brace for the rest of the day, but so far so good. What year is your Fender? This is actually a when did I get this? Maybe 2013? Does that sound right? Yeah. 2013 Fender Custom Shop, Wildwood 10, 57 Strat. So 10-inch radius, 6105 frets, quarter sawn neck. Nice light body. It's very light. Can you dig it? Hey, Greg, shout out from the Sons to the Sons of Legends. From the Sons of Legends. All right, Sons of Legend. Well, thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. Shout out to you, crazy kids. Do you play other instruments? Not if I can help it. What pickups you got in that Strat, Greg? Well, these are the Fishman Fluence single width pickups. I help voice these pickups. Is there a Koch Book of Secrets available? Well, there are quite a few different books that I've come out with that are available on my website. The Brave New Blues is probably the most state-of-the-art-ish Kochism that has my takeaway of how I like to play different people's styles in my own way. Hi, Sarah. Oh, my birthday cake. The cake platform has now been deployed from the china cabinet. So the bunt cake is getting ready to be bunted and frosted. And but the blueberry sauce goes on at the last min. That's when it's being served out. To put that blueberry sauce in there. Blueberry and the lemon go together like whiskey and harlotry. What? That didn't sound appropriate at all. Your 27 years really comes through with that soulful play. 27, right? Actually, I was born in 1966. Who's done the arithmetic out there? Who's done the arithmetic? Yes. Hey, Greg, could you talk about speakers and why you chose yours? Thanks, Jorge. Hey, Jorge. Greetings from Argentina. Well, greetings to you. You know what is interesting is that the Koch amplifier people put the Jensen Jet speakers in, and I played them. I dug them from the get-go. I've always kind of been partial to Jensens anyway. It just sounded good right from the get-go. So there you have it. Do you have any secret promo code on for 25 off on Wildwood, Greg? Yeah, just call up and say I just watched the live stream that Greg did, and he said to call and say, make me an offer I can't understand. I don't think I can get in trouble with that because that could be anything. They might just go, that would be an offer you couldn't understand, and see what happens. Would be awesome to have you play at the Marquette Blues Festival next year, of course, when COVID is over with. I'd love to come up there. Greg, what do you think of Eric Johnson strats? I think they're fabulous. Everyone I've played, I've really dug. I mean, you know, he's a very, I'm actually 54 years old. Thank you. 54, that is correct. Same birth year as me. Enjoy. All right, Joe T. Shout out. The code is Mansquatch. There you go. You were born in 55. I'll keep your age. Ah, yes. Only 23 years older than you. I like that kind of. 23 days older. I'm sorry. Have you ever done any gigs in Italy? Yes, we've played in Italy many times. All over the country, actually. We'll get there again once this COVID business is over with. Can you dig it? Hey, Greg, thanks for being amazing. Well, thank you for caring, Don. I appreciate that you've bestowed with me that kind of flattery. I appreciate it. Ever try a Duesenberg? I have. They make a nice guitar. Greetings from Lisbon. You know, I was supposed to do some gigs in Lisbon at some point, and it just hasn't happened yet. We hope to get there at some point. Oh, can you take a boy? I smell food going on in there, and it's driving me crazy. You know what I had I'm going to tell you something naughty I had for lunch, ladies and gentlemen, because it was my birthday. While I was getting the sausages at Carl's Country Market, I saw a box of a breakfast cereal that I probably haven't dined on since probably the Ford administration, and that was Quisp. So I got a box of Quisp, and I probably had 3 bowls of that stuff. I don't recommend, the flavor was excellent, but it's giving me a blood sugar situation right now where I'm kind of a little woozy. I got a Quisp buzz. I'm going to be honest with you. Remember that little dude with the propeller on his head, Quisman? I got involved. Wade's Guitar Shop in Milwaukee. I'm looking at, yes, Wade's Guitar Shop. They're a great place. Greetings from Stuttgart, Germany. Thank you for being so inspiring. Well, thank you. I do enjoy Deutschland. I enjoy the breakfasts in Deutschland. I described them to my wife. She's like, "What? It sounds like you're having a sandwich for dinner." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's delicious. The rolls are crazy." Usually what I do, ladies and gentlemen, my breakfast in Germany, is I will get up and I will get one of those delicious rolls. Sometimes they're hot, too, at the breakfast. I'll open them up. And then I get some cold cuts that they have available. There's always a ham and some kind of sausage, summer sausagey type of a thing. Put that on there. But then there'll be a little cut up green pepper and a little cucumber. Okay? And a little tomato. Now put that on that savory sandwich. It's the crunchy, crispy of that bun. Dylan, am I right or am I right? Yeah. It's damn delicious. That's usually phase 1. And then I'll have I have a little bit of delicious muesli, to keep the train a-rolling. If you know what I'm talking about. When you're on the road, you got to make sure that train kept a-rolling. Train kept a-rolling. I'm going to stick away. I do like mustard, but I don't indulge in it on that sandwich. I like a pure just cheese, meat, and vegetable offering. Maybe a little bit of butter. And then, of course, you got your hard-boiled egg. I'll have a little hard-boiled egg for breakfast as well. And I'm done. I'm donezo. Quisp influenced grooves today. You are correct. Can you dig it? Homemade sauerkraut. Not today. I just got the is it Carl's? I am very hungry. Strat sounds glorious. Oh, absinthe. Right? Yeah. Can you dig it? Will you dig it? How are we doing out there? How are we doing on time? Oh, it's 4:08. I'm so doggone hungry. I gotta get some food. Who knows what I'm talking about? Sometimes you gotta eat. Am I right? Birthday boys gotta eat. Well, thank you very much. That was a song called Absinthe, which was on a record called Defenestrator. It was actually, when I had that Steve Vai deal, the album The Grip was actually a compilation of stuff from my previous, 6 or so self-released records. And a bunch, there was about 4 or 5 extra tracks that were new on that one. But Absinthe that's on The Grip is the same Absinthe that's on Defenestrator originally. And then there was a live version that came out when we reissued Strat's Got Your Tongue on Joe Romanola's label. The artwork changed, and then he added a live version of Absinthe that we did. Can you dig it? All right, folks, I'm going to go feast. Thanks so much for tuning in. We've been having a lot of fun with these live streams that we've been doing. Oh, Ryan, thank you very much. Absinthe, yeah, it's good, clean fun for the kids. We've been having a lot of fun during this quarantine period. We're going to keep on doing them. We can't really go out and do gigs. There's some things that are being booked for like August, but we'll see what happens. You know, we'll just keep on doing the live thing, see what happens. I do 4 a week, 2 for Fishman, 2 for Wildwood. And we've been doing a bunch of interview segments called Wildwood at Home. And it's also going to be a Fishman-sponsored podcast. I think we're going to call it Greg Koch, Chewing the Gristle with Greg Koch. A lot of people have enjoyed the Steve Lukather one, but there's really good. Josh Smith is a great one. Rick Vito. And the latest one that's going to be coming out, I think I don't know which coming out first, but we did Andy Timmons was a great one that's coming out. Jeff Pivar. And then I did Deke Dickerson. That one's coming out. Next week we're doing, I'm interviewing, having a nice talk with, or actually this week on Thursday, but again, they're not live, they're recorded. Kirk Fletcher, great blues guitar player, and then Mateus Asado, young, amazing guitarist. I love the way he plays. He's magnificent. And actually we have one tomorrow with a guy that I should be familiar with, but I'm not because I'm an idiot. But that'll be a special surprise as well. So that's going to be good, clean fun. Can you dig it? Dylan Koch live. Is that funny? Because I've with my last name, of course, people have made wiener jokes my whole life, but you got to come up with something a little bit more, a little better. Tonsil stabber. That would be a better use of my last name, I think. Or whatever you want to do. I mean, you got to get creative with it. It's too much of a gift that if you're going to make wiener jokes with my last name, you got to bring your A game. Okay. All right. We will see you soon, and we'll let the good the podcast probably going to be chewing the gristle. I believe we're going to do. Can you dig it? All right, folks. We'll see you on the flippity floppity, and we'll let the good times roll soon. Adios.